Okay, here's another video, and good news, I fixed the sound. It was something to do with the way, I think I'd throttled the emulator or something, so it was making it glitch slightly, it was annoying. Okay, chapter 7. And this is the chapter where we get another two characters. One very useful character and one very good character, so I know it's a strange definition between useful and good, but you'll see what I mean. So here we go. It also touches on the true villains of the game as well. And this is the first chapter that has an X chapter, which I will do, and I will do it in another video as well, so the whole thing doesn't get confusing. But yes, the video after this will be chapter 7X. I would branch them off, but to be honest, you really want to do it. And they make it out that it's like the hardest thing in the world. It's really not that difficult. It's like the child's gonna have a gun or something. Big trouble. It's quite funny how they assume that the sister is a child just because Nils is a kid. Bloody. It's quite funny how like two of them are trying to stand up to a whole group of people. Okay, so that's about the preparation screen. There's not really much to add to that. Okay, let's pick our units. I personally lose Dorcas and get Matthew. What else can I do? Other than that, it's much the same. I'll give out the vulneraries as well, actually. So, actually, Matthew won't have one because Matthew can steal one. Let's give Will that bow as well. actually think about it, I'll be keeping him off the front line, so he won't need the bombers that much. Okay. Right, so we've got Lynn, Zane, Florina, Ken, Will, Irk, Matthew, Sarah. And no one else can use axes. Which I suppose is, in some ways makes my strategy a bit dangerous, but if we have a look around, there's no launch users, that much is clear. So the actual need for Dorcas is very limited, right? I'm going to move Florina down there. And she'll move Kent. Oh, that was Sane. Kent and Sane up to the front. Matthew hanging just barely behind. And let's go from here actually. I'm just looking for items that I can steal, just to give Matthew a bit of a boost. Of course, with all these axe users, Matthew's got an easy time, so he'll be able to take them out. Right, actually let's move Sarah there as well. Okay. Alright, so let's save that, and let's go. And here's our final unit. Shamans are the only people who can practice black magic in the game, dark magic. You will only get one shaman, so you only have one opportunity to use dark tomes. But until then, we have a light mage, a monk. Yes, he is male. A very pretty male. I'm not quite sure why he's so effeminate. It's never really been explained, but it's just sort of happened. I think he was meant to be a female, but somewhere along the lines, just before the release of the game, it kind of got messed up. I'm not really sure. So yes, there is a second weapon triangle and it involves magic. Light magic is strong against dark magic is strong against anima magic, which is Urk's type of magic, and anima magic is strong against light magic. Okay, so we've got anima, dark and light. And obviously staves are neutral. And let's start with Nils, because he, and actually no, I'm being forced to use Lucius first, so Lucius first. Lucius is probably the ultimate glass cannon that you're going to have. His speed is great, his magic is good, which kind of balances that anima magic is quite weak compared to fire and especially to dark. His skill is good. Light magic is quite accurate anyway. His luck is a bit poor, but light magic comes with a crit. What lets him down is his defense and his HP. But his resistance will cap. His magic has a good chance of capping, so does his speed actually. His defense, you'll be lucky if it gets into double figures. In fact, you'll be lucky if it goes much over 5. But he's very evasive. He's very light as well, so he dodges quite easily. his evasion there is 22, which is quite good for what he is. Except everyone else is better. Yeah, typical. I'll wait as well. And when he promotes, he gains the use of staves as well, and that comes at D or C mastery from base. So he'll be able to use good staffs early on, as soon as he promotes, really. And he is probably one of the best units in the game, so it's very well worth giving the XP. You lose him for about half a dozen chapters, so you don't really lose that much experience time with him. He's your best white mage. He's your best light mage, hands down, and he is a very good support as well. Right, I'm going on about him. Let's see him in action. Okay, and that's against another mage. And here we go with Nils. Nils can let a unit move twice in a turn. That's all he can do though. He can't fight, he can't attack, he doesn't promote. So Nils will probably pretty much gain speed and luck almost every level, which is to keep himself from being attacked. Well, it's not to keep him from being attacked, it's to keep him from being hit. Generally this does work. The higher level and the higher evasion, he will get quite a high evasion, and because of his high speed it's very rare that he'll be double attacked. It's worth noting that Nils and another character later on, Ninian, when you're swapping between them, they swap their stats, they share the stats, so they are basically one character. So there we go. He's very useful, and moving twice in one turn really does pay dividends for some units. It's not for everyone, and it's... you have to be very careful how you use it. Right, I'm going to rescue Lucius, and I'm going to move Florina there. Now then, let's get this show on the road. Obviously move everyone in as close as possible. Let's see what this vendor has. It's got a fire, it's got a heal. I'll buy the heal, definitely. The fire, not so much. Oak's got quite a bit of juice left in him. But you can never have too many heal staves. Right, let's have a look. Trying to keep Kent from getting too far ahead of Sane, which you will find does often happen because of Kent's higher skill and ability to kill. Right, he hasn't moved how I wanted him to. Actually, that'll be alright. So we move Florina there and drop Lucius in that patch. And we move Florina back have Nils play for her. Oops. And now she can drop down, and because Pegasus Knights have high resistance, this is pretty poor actually. Oh no. They have high resistance as well. She can take out, or at least take on, these shamans along with Lucius. No problem is that guy, but Lucius will be able to take him out. Okay. So let's have Matthew. Let's just have him. Actually, let's have... No. Right, let's have Matthew. Chip away there. And if Will can reach now. Move Kent just out of the way. And that's that guy removed. Iron Man's got trouble. And we move Sane. Unfortunately, we can't quite reach that square, which is a bit annoying. So we move Sane there. Iron Lance. And everyone else gets moved into position behind. The problem with those mountains and forts is that they just sap away at your movement. And it just makes life awkward. Oh, he is moving up there. Alright, I didn't expect that. Right, he's the high level. Bang. Completely unnecessary, but a crit's a crit. Leave Flurry like that for now. Let's have Urk finish off the job again. Matthew into position. Where will Lynn reach? Only there. Back to the Iron Sword. Let's move Sarah down there. And have Nils just come up and play. And let's just get Nils the EXP, because that's the only way he can get any EXP at all, which really makes life difficult if you're trying to get him higher up. I didn't actually mean to leave Lucius in Heinz's range, but hey ho, whatever works. Okay, that guy's nice and weak now, so I'm just going to chip away at him with Florina. Because it's a lot harder to level Florina than it is Lucius, I'm going to be honest. I'm gonna let that Heinz guy recover, and because I don't want to finish him off before I've actually managed to get rid of everyone else. So okay, Lynn's lagging a little bit behind on what I want her to be. So I'm going to let her move forward. move Sarah onto the mountaintops just there. Play for her. And slot her in there. Okay, I'm letting Kent drag behind because I want Lynn to take this guy out. So... okay, so we have saying do that. An arc can be moved there. So it goes there. Lynn comes. Lynn comes down. Actually, Lynn can stay on the bridge. Kind of there. Kent to the village. Now that I think about it, I'm going to bring Florina up and I'll let Sarah heal her. I'll bring Lucius across a little bit. Tuck Sarah behind me. Okay, so that's basically everyone taken care of. I'll just finish off this guy with Lynn. Move Florina across as far as I can. And have Sarah do the healing. And it's just preliminary stuff just to get Nils some EXP. Lucius has a good chance of critting on this boss and just finishing it off. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I would be surprised. But if he doesn't manage it, then it'll be a cheap boss kill for Florina. That was a poor level. Oh no. No, it's Lucius's. Oh, there we go. And that is chapter 7 over. The requirement to get 7x is finish the whole chapter in under 15 turns. And that was 5 or 6 turns. It's very, very easy to achieve. How he managed the whole thing, it doesn't make sense. They really never explain this. To be honest, they could have done another chapter showing how that happened. would have been nice if they did, thinking about it. Oh well. It's very helpful. Oh, by the way, for anyone who's played Super Smash Bros. Melee and they don't actually know what Fire Emblem is, that is not Roy. Roy is Eloyd's son, which came about in a game previous to this one. Actually, this was released as a prequel to Roy's game. To be honest, I might very well do another walkthrough. Well, it's not really a walkthrough, but another session after I've done this one. After I've done Eloyd's. After I've done all the stories. There we go. I may very well do Sword of Seals. So I have a program that's translated it. I haven't actually played it through either, thinking about it. Basically, Ninian dances, and they affect the party the same way as Nil's music. Why they couldn't just come out and say that, though, I have no idea. And this is where the conversation changes if you met the requirements. So this isn't actually part of the story. There really is no reason not to. Okay, that's the first part of chapter 7 done. I will be doing 7X soon, and see if I can keep going, getting the videos done quick.